Good evening, fellow hound dogs and bitches. We are back. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first one. That's why we're doing the second one. If you don't enjoy it, well then...
Why the fuck are you listening?
Yeah, we're still gonna do it anyways. We're still gonna do it. Even if it's one of you. One of our stalkers from one of our tours. Oh, I just knocked the mic. That could be a bit... Oh well. Oh yeah, second one. And we're going to follow the same formula. So we're going to start off with a fellow South African band. And one we're very fond of being Lost Youth. And yeah, very cool band indeed. Good friends of ours. I mean, we've played a few shows up here, down in Cape Town. I mean, we prefer Cape Town.
Yeah, I mean... I initially wanted to have them play with us at one of our shows on our first tour to Cape Town. I actually, you know what? I first saw Alana singing in like a Mountainside Sessions video or something like that before they were Lost Youth, and it was just Alana Joy. And they did Mountainside Sessions, and it was still her and Charlie and Fakhri and someone else, I don't remember.
One of the drummers.
One of the drummers.
Yeah, the drummer problems.
Fucking drummers. Bro.
Yeah.
Anyway. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, I first saw her on there, and when I saw her there, I was like, shit, I actually want to play a show with these people because they're pretty fucking good. And then they were unfortunately busy, and then we ran a competition for free tickets to one of our shows in Cape Town, and Alana won the competition. Her name was spat out by the digital hat that I put all of our entries in, and so yeah, we met her at the gig, became friends, and they toured up here, we've toured down there, we've played shows with them in their hometown, and vice versa. So yeah, we've actually done quite a bit together.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we've been on national TV with Alana as well. So,
shit, that's right. Yeah, for a song that we recorded with Alana. Yeah,
exactly. So, yeah, no.
Yeah, so
very good, and they cool guys and a girl.
Yeah,
very cool, and enjoy playing with them. And
definitely one of my favorite South African acts. You know, the music. For me, music is always about like communicating something, and I always find like their tracks really have that quality of communicating something. So yeah, if you don't know Lost Youth, go check them out. They are really good. They've got some really good tracks that have done pretty good on Apple Music. They got playlisted. This last one's also been playlisted, Stray.
And I saw they got like, I think it was 10,000 plays in the States.
Yeah.
So I was like,
That's not bad for a South African band.
Yeah, that's very good.
So yeah, shout out to Lost Youth and go check them out if you don't know them.
Yeah, should we give some background info on Lost Youth?
Yeah, we can do that. Give some background info. You take
it. I'll take that. I got crib notes, guys, so and all that gets.
We learned from the first time. We were just winging it.
Yeah. No, so yeah, Lost Youth formed in 2021, so they're a fairly new band. I mean, and they've done very well. I mean, drummers come and go though, but that happens often. So.
Yeah, I mean, you and I are the original members of any dog.
Yeah,
you know.
We know how it goes.
We know how it goes.
I'm sure they're gonna find a drummer and be playing all the big shows.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen, and yeah, they are an alt rock band and say that they want to shut out like the generic noise and bring something new to the table. That's what I read on their website. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah, and it's true. Their music is very unique in itself. I mean, each member has a big role, like most bands do, but also they write to complement each other, which people say that, but not a lot of bands can actually pull it off.
Yeah. And the individual members of Lost Youth are each talented enough that it comes through in the songwriting, which is really cool. Just to interrupt on the history of it, one of my favorite songs, which they haven't recorded yet, and I keep like every time they announce a new single, I'm like, is that this one is "Don't Look Back," and there's a version on YouTube that I listen to every now and then where they did like a kind of just like a jam out for it, and it's such a good song. So Last Youth, if you guys are listening, that better be your next single, because otherwise I'm going to be pretty upset. I'm gonna start talking shit about you guys on my podcast. Yeah.
Wow, you're lying. Don't lie to yourself. Yeah, but talking about singles, the most recent one was Stray, which is a really good song. I enjoyed it. I've been playing it on repeat. And yeah, so the meaning, we discussed it earlier, obviously, what it meant to ask you, because you're the lyricist. I was like, as the bassist, what does this mean? Me, it's free.
Can't understand words.
Words no speak.
Words no speak.
But yeah, I think we came to the consensus that it was about being in a relationship and the things that happen within it, and the one individual is not so happy within it. And the one line that sticks out with that is, faithful eyes sometimes stray.
Yeah.
Which means like, and there's also things about pain and whatnot. So it's like an unhappy person in a relationship. And that, I think that also, we didn't speak about this, how they manipulate the other to make them stay. There was also something about that.
Yeah.
But it's like almost empowering at the same time sad, the way, especially when the chorus hits.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, it's a great track, and it's definitely, I mean, the message that I get from it obviously is like, if you fuck someone around enough, then, you know, even someone who's generally, you know, a loyal kind of, you know, faithful person tends to start looking for a way out at that point, you know, once they realize what they're in, if it's not conducive to their happiness, you know. Yeah.
No, I agree. And fun fact, it was written during load shedding. I went through the Instagram, I saw it was written on a cold night during load shedding. I was like,
fair enough.
Seems yeah, and it hits hard, so does load shedding. Yeah. So it makes sense. But yeah, some of the inspirations, also the Foo Fighters.
Okay. Yeah. I know Charlie's
Fleetwood Mac.
A massive Foo Fighters fan. I know the other guys are too, but Charlie.
Yeah, but you know, Fakhri and I are Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I think I've never met anyone who's a bigger fan of the Chili Peppers than you and Fakhri.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell which of you is a bigger Chili Peppers fan, so. And that's saying something, because you're you know everything about them, so.
No, it's good. It's not a competition, it's a
brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood of chili and pepper and hotness and red. The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And Alana, what are her influences? What does she say her influences are?
Well, on their page, it wasn't really who's, but I would imagine Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know.
Fleetwood Mac, and I'm assuming
Tracy Chapman.
Alanis Morissette.
Tracy Chapman.
I think she's named after Alanis Morissette. I think she told me that once.
Oh, and that's...
So, yeah. Tracy Chapman, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Lyrically, I can definitely see that. And Fleetwood Mac, you know, at being the lyricist. I pay a lot of attention to that kind of stuff, so, you know. Yeah. Nice, okay. Nice. Well, yeah, Lost Youth, go check them out. They're a great band, good friends of ours, and yeah, they're making waves. They're doing really cool stuff and fighting a good fight in the industry. So, yeah, go support.
Yes.
All right, this week in music news. So this is a new segment we're bringing in just out of the interest of our music minds. We are going to just chat about some stuff that's happened historically this week in the music industry and scene worldwide. So, 4th of October, which is the day we are recording this, in 1970, though. So, what is that?
53 years ago.
53 years ago.
Quite a while.
Quick maths.
It's like a good day before your birthday, isn't it? Joking.
And now I'm supposed to say what
It's
happened.
sound serious. We haven't got into that yet, so it's fine. Now it's serious.
Okay, wait up. I gotta be serious about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm like with this kind of shit. Janis Joplin died. Dude,
Oh God,
you
dude.
set me up for that.
We can't do that. Okay, anyway.
Oh yeah, we can, man. Fuck it.
Okay, now it's serious. It's a
Okay.
serious matter.
53 years ago today, Janis Joplin joined the 27 Club under some mysterious circumstances. Obviously, you know, there's all sorts of conspiracy theories around that time of, you know, how Marilyn Monroe died and how Janis Joplin died and even Jimi Hendrix and
Well, they say heroin overdose for Janis Joplin.
of course, yeah.
I mean,
and that kind of makes sense to me. I mean,
does.
they were quite well known for
Yeah.
their indulgences in the substances of the era.
yeah.
And you said earlier, Janis Joplin died, what, 3 weeks after Jimi Hendrix?
Less than 3 weeks.
Less than 3 weeks
Yeah.
after Jimi
Jimi
Hendrix.
Hendrix was what? 18 September 1970.
So
So, yeah.
that's actually, so they were actually pretty close together in terms of, I mean, they were the same age, obviously, because
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix was
27,
also 27. Wow, that's very interesting. Okay, so yeah, 53 years ago that that happened. She died in Hollywood, LA, and the record label she was signed to continues to release her music. She only had one album out when she died.
I think it was two.
Two albums,
albums, yeah.
which is not very much considering, you know, how famous she'd gotten at the time. Obviously, at the time, having a record out meant generally that you were signed to a label and that there was a big machine working for you. But at the same time, to have only two records out and be at the level that she was at when she died, that's pretty impressive.
I think she was on the come up. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like, she was
absolutely.
already doing very well. I mean,
Yeah. She was playing massive shows. I mean, she's, you know, and as time's gone on, obviously her fame has just gotten more and more and more.
yeah.
So, yeah, very interesting.
Yes, indeed. And she died in Hollywood, California.
Oh, the land of the drugs.
And sins and bad things, but good things. But
Yeah.
a lot of bad.
Good things and bad things. It's, I suppose, if you're gonna die, Hollywood's a good enough place.
Yeah. And that album, I would call it a compilation because I looked at it and it was a lot of songs. I don't know if they were pre-recorded or just re-released or what it was, but they called that album was called Pearl Sessions.
Pearl Sessions.
And the what do you call it? I can't even think of the word. The significance. Smart words.
Basis, no smart word.
You learn. String. No, because she wanted to be called Pearl and not Janis, because she got tired of being called Janis because of her history of whatever she had done, like her bad past. So that's why they obviously called it Pearl Sessions as like a
new leaf kind of a
new leaf
thing.
after death.
But that, I was about to say, that came out after she died.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, let's give you your new page in life posthumously.
Yeah, I suppose it's an honourable thing, but I know the record label coined it on that. But
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, look, she'll have her estate, and if she was smart, we should probably find shit like this out before we talk about it. But if she was smart, she probably had an estate given over to a relative. You know, like the rights to her music, you know, when they were given back to her, would have then gone to whoever she left it in her will or whatever. So I'm sure her family is doing pretty good now.
I'm sure they would have had to ask for permission. It depends on the terms. It's all written in the fine print. That's the thing. We will add this in. If you're gonna sign anything, whether it's a record deal, anything, doesn't matter. Contract of any sort. Read the paper nicely and adjust it. Even if it seems great,
Yeah.
they can get screwed over quite easily.
Yeah.
So
You can always negotiate a contract.
yeah.
Like if there's stuff in the contract that you don't like, talk about it, because otherwise, yeah, you can get pretty screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is tip of the week that wasn't intended, but it's, yeah.
We'll give you that one for free.
That one's free, no charge. I charge by the Big Mac. So, yeah.
Yeah. We'll post his
Can you
address
not
in the
see?
description.
Okay, so yeah, we're rolling through quite nicely. I like it. We're going to bring on our second band of the week, and that is Ruff Majik. And yeah, we've heard a lot of things about Ruff Majik. They formed in 2012, so they've been around for a while. And the consensus is that they rock hard.
Yeah.
And they will rock your socks off. And they just like saying fuck. I saw on their website there's a lot of use of fuck. I was like, yeah, I like these guys. They probably drink tequila, so yeah, let's go have a party.
Yeah, they seem like pretty cool dudes. I mean, I've never met them.
No, they won't.
And I don't think I've ever even seen them play live. Which is interesting because we're obviously in the same kind of circuit a lot of the time.
Yeah.
They're doing pretty good. They were just overseas.
Yeah. I think you said Germany.
Yeah, they were there for a while, playing some shows, which is amazing. Any band that makes it out of South Africa to tour, that's a major accomplishment. Yeah. So yeah, well done, guys. But yeah, I mean, I've only had like passing acquaintance with these dudes on like Facebook or something, but I really dig their music. They're like a really rough garage rock, kind of stoner rock, fucking psychedelic
fusion
grunge.
of power and greatness. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
They actually, I'm quoting from their website. I said, "We will rock your socks off." They actually said, "We will rock your fucking socks off."
Of
You
course
have to
they
put
did.
the fuck in. And that gives you, you know what it's going to be about. So that's why we need to go watch them or play alongside them just to see what it's about. I mean, they're from Pretoria, so I mean, we play there often enough. So
Yeah.
I think it's an idea.
I'm keen.
I think it's an
It's a
idea.
deal. We will definitely go and see them play live. I mean, like I said, I love their music. I've heard a lot of good things about them as people in the industry. You know, they've got a good rep. They've got a rep for supporting smaller bands, for just being generally stand-up, you know, kind of guys in the industry, which is cool. Because there's not a lot of people like that necessarily, like, that get a rep because they do it so much. You know, like, you know, having a really good show and like being that kind of a band. So yeah, that's really cool. We will definitely go and watch them. What else do we know about them? Not much else.
I don't know.
Just that the music is good.
And they'll rock your fucking socks off. Rock your fucking socks off. Check them out.
All right, so for the news segment this week, I'm going to talk about a cool new forum called Garage Buzz. And I mean, I asked people to send me stuff after the last episode, like anything they would like us to talk about. And this guy said, hey, you know, I've just started this thing, check it out. I'd actually seen it already. I'd seen ads for it and I went and checked it out. It's very cool. So essentially Garage Buzz is I would probably call it like a social network for musos, people in the industry. And it's essentially an online forum where you can chat about gear, find new band members, advertise your gigs, you know, talk about any industry stuff. You know, it's just essentially a meeting place for musos of all genres, guys trying to sell their gear. You know, it's a cool concept. I have seen it in various forms before. You know, this kind of thing internationally. I've never really seen a local forum.
No, especially with everything in one place. Like there'll be
Right.
WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups,
Right.
and yeah, nothing to this extent where it's just everything in one place. And obviously, as it grows, then it's going to become a very valuable tool for all musicians, and it will help the industry and the scene. So.
Yeah, and just a disclaimer, we're not being paid to say this. We just, I really enjoy seeing stuff like that and supporting new startups like this, because anything that'll bring this scene together and make it stronger, it helps all of us. It helps our band, it helps your band. If you're not in a band and you're just a fan, go check it out. Chat with the musos in the scene, you know, like it's always cool to just be in touch with these guys and, you know, see what they're like and find out, you know, what gigs they're playing and what their interests are and, you know, influences and shit like that. So it's very cool. It's Garage Buzz. I'll stick it in the video right here. GarageBuzz.co.za. And go check it out. Go give them a follow on Insta and Facebook and all of those things. And help this new startup that has as its aim to help the music industry. Let's let them grow.
So now it's a part of the show when we bring in the gig guide, and we've got a few for you today. So we've got the alternative market, but that itself is not a gig, but the gig for that is on the 27th of October at the Rusty Hook. But the alternative market works together with
it's the same
show,
same organizers,
and you can win tickets or get tickets
they
at the
just said
alternative
you can
market.
get free tickets for the 27 October show.
Okay, and that's every first Sunday. Every first Sunday of every month. Then on the 28th of October, we got Dan Petlansky featuring Ross Harding and Broken Free. We are not certain of the venue, but we do want to know where that is, because that'll be a great show. But we'll let you know if it's before. Maybe in the next podcast we'll mention where it is. Just a little disclaimer, this is where it is.
Well, go check it out. I mean, if you know Russ, we know Russ. We've played with him a few times. Great dude, brilliant muso. You know, we're very happy he's got these cool opportunities where he gets to play with guys like Dan Petlansky.
Well, we also technically played with Dan Petlansky.
We were on the same lineup, but
during COVID, everyone being filmed. But not like that. But anyways,
it wasn't just three bands. It was a full festival.
Not the same. Anyways, on the 11th of October, we got our good friends Metro Villa. Shout out to them again.
If you didn't winners of Band or Bust. Fucking those oaks are kicking ass.
No, they're doing very well. And in our first episode, they were one of our features. So if you want to check that out, be sure to do that. They are going to be playing at Woordfeest with guys like Foko Felicicard, Desmond and the Tutus, and Majosi. So that's going to be a powerful show. So be on the lookout for that. Then there comes the bass player. It's like my system malfunction.
Don't know calendar.
What is this? Anyways, 9th of December, we're going to be playing at Bailey's with our good friends Broken Free. Broken Free.
It's going to be alright.
At 3s and 7s, we're going to be playing at Bailey's Bedford View. So be sure to check that out. And that's what we've got for you this week. Be sure to send in next week.
Send in your gigs. Any upcoming gigs, doesn't matter how far in the future they are. If you know about them, send them to us and we will mention them here. We, this is only our second episode. The first one did pretty good. Thank you so much for supporting it. So, we do have people listening, and it is definitely worth sending through your shows, because we've got, other bands and also just music fans who listen to this. So, definitely send it through to this email address.
Magic.
Okay, so the next segment is tour stories, wild tour stories.
Probably my favorite.
Yeah. Of which we have quite a few. So we're always having to pick what we're going to talk about. Some of them aren't podcast friendly, but this one is kind of.
Yeah, I would say so. I
Yeah.
would say so. I think, yeah, it is. Depends which parts we put in.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
I'll cut out whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
Censorship.
Censorship. So this is the tale of our first trip to Cape Town, and we essentially about a week and a half before we left for Cape Town, we didn't know we were going to Cape Town, and the Espresso show on SABC3 let us know that in a week and a half we would be on national television, and we best get our asses down to Cape Town. So us being the productive fucking Energizer bunnies that we are, we were like, cool, let's make it a tour, let's not just go down for this thing. So I spent like a good 2 or 3 days booking shows for us. So we were when were we actually on the show? Thursday morning.
It was Thursday morning.
Okay, so we arrived on the Wednesday evening, right? We flew down, we got there on the Wednesday evening, totally buzzed.
Yeah, that was still chilled. We went out for burgers.
Yeah.
Walked down to the beach. We were like, this
so
is so
relaxed.
nice, dude.
And as the day wore on, we just got more and more excited and more excitable. And we ended up watching Dave Chappelle until 2, 3 in the morning.
I think it was 2 because we had to be at
2.
for espresso at 4.
We slept for an hour.
Yeah, basically.
And then left to go to the Espresso show because they were like,
I still needed to shave. I was like, should I shave in the morning or should I do it now? Everyone's like, nah, do it in the morning. The morning comes, I'm like, oh my God, fuck. I'm surprised I didn't cut my face.
Yeah.
Got into TV with the plastic.
You'd have been like fucking Nelly.
I suppose.
It's an artistic choice.
Not a cut my face choice.
Anyway, so we get to Espresso show. It's a great time. We do the show. We play 3 songs. They do an interview with me and our previous guitarist Kian. And we were also supposed to do this game thing, but at the last fucking minute, the producer's like, "Okay, so you guys are gonna." I'm like, "No, we're not doing it. Yak and Mark are doing it."
That was, how upset I was.
I know. And he was like, "All right, cool." And they just mic these guys up, and they're fucking rough. Actually, they're just grabbing you.
Yeah, put their hand in your shirt. They're like, I don't care what you say, boy.
And next thing they're on live TV like this, and they're gonna fucking play this game.
Music match.
Yeah.
It's called music match. That was not fun. Mark can attest to that. That was so much pressure, and everyone watching will probably be like, "Oh, this is so easy." They give you a word, and you just have to find it in a song.
Yeah.
Go sit on a couch where a famous presenter is like, "This is the word," and there's cameras, and you're like, that first song I made up there.
You made up both the songs.
I made up pretty much.
And you're like, yeah, that's Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
And my favorite line of live television ever is this man going, what was the word? Tears.
All of your tears in my ears.
And he's like, yeah, that's Ariana Grande.
Even the first one where I said it was sealed.
Yeah.
And I made up some other story and he gave me half a point. I was like, well, if it was convincing for half a point.
Yeah.
Even though I was just thinking of words as I was going. I even played bass guitar with my mouth. Remember the changeling? I'm a changeling. Dong, dong, dong.
So yeah, I kind of threw them under the bus a little bit, but it was really funny. So
it was good TV.
It was good TV.
Good TV.
And
Watch that if you haven't already. It's on YouTube on Espresso's page.
We'll link it somewhere in the description.
Yeah.
We did Espresso show. We were completely fucking pumped about that, and we had a gig then that night at Harrington's.
And that was what, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, 9 o'clock or whatever, right?
Yeah, it was late.
And so we went back to the flat and like we were trying to relax, but we were so like.
We went for breakfast.
Yeah, we went for breakfast and then, we were trying to relax and we kind of, just pottering around trying to do shit and not really doing much, but being awake and like buzzed,
I was grumpy.
Yeah. And anyway, so the time comes for us to get some food in the late afternoon. And the three of them go out and I'm like, you know what? I need to nap, right? So I try and nap. I'm like lying in the bed for like a good 4 or 5 minutes. And I'm like, no, fuck this. I can't sleep, So I get out of bed and I'm like doing some exercise to like wake myself up. These guys come back in and they're like, what the fuck, dude? You said you were going to sleep. What are you doing push-ups for?
Yeah, push-ups in the middle of the floor.
Yeah.
Or off the couch. Like,
yeah, off the couch.
Like military style. We were like, what the fuck?
And then behind Yak comes Mark carrying Kian, basically.
I don't know if it hit him that hard at that stage. It was already, you're right.
You basically lay him down in the bed and you were like, lay down, sick child.
But then he was still speaking. There was a stage when he wasn't. Because we went to this place, we had burgers, and they decided to have craft beer. I'm not saying which did it, but I had a burger and a cold drink. I was fine. Mark had the craft beer. I don't know what.
And he survived.
I don't know what Kian got, but it wasn't good.
It was not good. So me and Yak, he's like, I think I'm having an allergic reaction. I think my throat's closing. We're freaking out. It's like 2 hours before the show. And we're like, me and Yak rush to the pharmacy, get some Allergex. We're like shoving Allergex down his throat. We're like, survive. Live, man, live. Anyway, so it's like getting closer and closer to the show, and he's like, I don't know, I'm feeling a bit better, guys, but I don't know that I can play tonight. So we're like, I tell you what, we will drive to the venue, and there's a hospital on the way. If you feel like you're gonna die,
convenience.
We'll drop you off at the hospital on the way to the show, right?
Convenience.
So he's like, okay, cool. So we basically carry him to the car, pack all of the gear. And we're like, okay, so we're going to the venue, we're going to the hospital, and he's like, no, let's go to the venue.
Yeah.
I think I'll live, We get there and he's like chilling in the car, and we had borrowed some amps because we flew down, so we borrowed amps from Boston's Cape Town. Shout out to Boston's Cape Town for hooking us up.
Thank you.
But the amps were like massive Fender. Deluxe reverb. We had two deluxe reverbs.
150 rumble.
Oh my god, we had these massive amps, and if you are in Cape Town and you've ever been to Harrington's, you know that there's a million fucking stairs going up to the venue. So we're like, Kian's dead in the car. We're like carrying all our shit, a whole drum set, fucking, get up there. Anyway, we eventually go down, fetch Kian, carry him up the stairs, put him on a couch and put some water in front of him.
Wow, I fed him amaretto and lime.
Yeah,
that livened him up. He was like, yeah, bring me another one. I was like, yes, you're going to be fine.
I think I can play.
I'm feeling loose now.
So, yeah, we ended up playing that show. And he stood throughout the whole show, so that was a win.
Yeah, it was. I was grumpy still the whole day.
Yeah, you were still grumpy.
I was grumpy. I get grumpy sometimes, guys.
Yeah. Anyway,
just forgive me.
That was Harrington. And yeah, Kian almost dying. So, I mean, we ended that show like seriously late.
And that's when we met Alana.
Yeah, that's when we met Alana. She won tickets to that show. Her and Charlie came through. Was Fakhri there? I don't think so.
I just remember Charlie, yeah.
And we played with Cinematic Rejects as well, who are also fucking kick-ass. So check them out. And we packed up. We got home at about 1 a.m. Now we've had 1 hour of sleep, and we've been up for like almost 24 hours. And what did we do then? Did we sleep like rational, sane fucking people?
No.
No. Why would we do that?
It doesn't seem like the right thing to do.
No.
It doesn't.
No. So what did we do? We went out for food.
Yeah.
We got a few drinks, and we got back like 2 a.m.
I think it was around about there.
It was around about then. Try to get some sleep. All woke up pretty early, and yeah. Then the next day we hit some electric scooters.
Yeah, that was fun.
Did the coastline, which was Aka, yeah, there's actually a video of that on our channel, so you can go watch that. I won't go into detail about it. The show that night was at Ellington's, and I have no qualm saying their name, I'll be honest, because this was fucking ridiculous. They contacted us and they're like, hey, we heard you guys are coming, we'd love for you to play, right? And, you know, they may or may not be like this still, but at the time, this is what happened. So I'm like, sure, guys, we can play, but we're flying down, so we don't have a drum kit. So if you want us to play, you're going to need to organize a drum kit. So we go out there, we arrive at the venue, we walk in, and they obviously hadn't forgotten that we needed a drum kit because there was just a single tom sitting on the stage, a floor tom, just sitting on the stage, and we're like,
2 bricks.
And we're like, what the fuck is this? And they're like, and we're like, okay. So we went outside and we're like, I'm not set on playing this show. Like, I'll fucking go home. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So I go in and I'm like, listen, guys, I'm gonna give you guys like 15 minutes. If you can organize a drum kit in 15 minutes, then we'll play the show. But otherwise, we're fucking off out of here. I'm not interested. So they're like, no, wait, don't leave. We'll figure something out, man. So we're like, okay, we'll give you a chance. All right. So we go outside. We're like having a cigarette, fucking chatting,
Talking shit.
And the guy comes out and he's like, my friend's cousin's brother's girlfriend's uncle has a drum kit. And we're sending our guy to go and get it now. And the guy goes off in this little vehicle. So we're like, okay, cool. So they arrive back like 20 minutes later with this drum kit. And they put it down, and the fucking kick drum
doesn't have legs.
It did have legs. It did have legs, but they were like this big.
Yeah,
so they didn't reach the floor at all. And Mark is like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? And they're like, well, that's what the bricks are for. So we've got a brick on either side of the kick drum and bricks on the back to stop it from moving forward. So between every song, I'm like kicking this fucking drum back because it keeps shifting forward towards me. And Mark's like, Seb, I need my kick drum. And I'm like, in between, like in the middle of songs.
Yeah, then we just rocked out.
Yeah.
We were just angry. We were like, play.
Yeah, we just played like a really heavy show. And funny enough, Ellington's is a pretty rough venue.
I liked it.
So they fucking liked it.
They liked it.
And a funny, just an aside, and I mean, this is maybe not for the woman watching, but I go to the loo, right? I go to the bathroom.
Okay. I didn't know this
You
part.
don't know this
I didn't
story.
even know this part.
I go to the bathroom and I piss in the urinal there, right? And I'm like looking for the sink and I see it and I'm like, nah. So this guy's like in the bathroom with me and I start walking out and he's like, hey man, wash your hands, right? And I'm like, dude, my dick's much cleaner than any of the surfaces here, man. I'm not fucking touching this.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, dude, that was Ellington's.
Yeah, it was Ellington's.
Also a late night. What was the next day?
When did we play Armchair? Was it there?
It was the next day.
The next day.
Yeah. So we played Empire Music the next morning, which is an awesome record store. John Shaban was still there, and his partner in crime at the Folk Down Records, and we rocked out. We met. There's a guy from the Kissing Booth. His name is Josh something.
Yeah, I seen the wrong guy.
I don't know. I didn't know who he was.
I think Kian knew. He's the one who pointed it out. I was
yeah. So he bought our CD and he like posted it on his story, and like someone messaged us saying like, dude, do you know who the fuck this guy is? And we were like, no, he's just some big guy who just came and he was like, I want a CD. So we like, we bought a CD. So that was cool. And then we played Armchair that night, which was really, really fun. Mm-hmm. That was a great venue, great show, packed out. Had a lot of fun. you know,
Yeah.
whenever Kian turned the
I was
wrong
gonna
way.
say, there's, yeah.
The electrics in the building at
Yeah.
Armchair are very old. So Kian's pickups, if he turned his body like a certain way, his amp would go like and so he had to play the whole show like just facing one way specifically. Which,
Yeah, it worked. We
Yeah,
pulled
it
it off, so. Yeah, and that was the one when Mark walked out
yeah.
during Wilson. So we playing Wilson, and if you've heard it, it's a very chilled song. The drums are more like atmospheric towards the start. It's
Yeah.
not like straight small guitar vocals.
Yeah.
So Mark, because we played a double set that time,
Yeah.
so he's like, guys, I need the bathroom, I need to pee. So the next song is Wilson. So we're like, okay, go now.
Go.
Now. So then we start playing it, we're playing it, and it's cool. And we're like, yeah, Mark needs to come in soon, but let's see. Literally, I don't know what. It was like 4 bars before he was supposed to come in. We see him walking down.
And he's strolling. He's not even like rushing. He's just like,
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna make it. Sits down, hits it exactly. We're like,
as he sits down, we're like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was funny. And yeah, we met some cool people. We generally throw out merch at our shows and stuff, and there was a group of people there who had like Googled about what was happening in Cape Town that night, and then found our show, listened to our music. They were like, they became fans. It was great. And then months later, Fakhri sent me a photo. He's like, dude, I was in Armchair and this guy's wearing an Indie Dog shirt. What the fuck? And it was one of those guys. So shout out to that guy. I don't know what your name was, but thanks for repping our merch, bro. And yeah, that was our first Cape Town tour. We left at like 5 a.m. for the airport the next day. And I mean, we probably had a total of like 12 hours of sleep in those 4 days. It was...
Yeah,
It was a bit stupid, I'll be honest.
I was grumpy again.
Yeah. we haven't even told them about the fucking car that we had.
Oh, the Gravanza. Bro, we didn't even tell them that it got stuck in the garage.
Oh,
What
shit.
the fuck?
Yeah, so
That was for Harrington.
Harrington. So
Yeah.
Kian was also dead at the time, and we're trying to get to the show. And it's load shedding.
How did we forget that?
So the car's just stuck in the garage. We can't get the fucking car out. Kian's half dead. So me and Yak just ripped the fucking door open. Break the fucking bracket on the motor.
No, we bent it. We bent it.
Yeah, we bent it.
And we rebent it.
And we bent it back. I mean, this wasn't our place. We were like borrowing this flat that we were staying in. And we were like, well, we gotta get to the show. And the stupid thing about it was like, when the guy gave me the keys, he was like, just keep track of the load shedding schedule because your car can get stuck. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And then obviously the first fucking show we played, the car gets stuck in the garage. So yeah, great times, great tour.
And the dent in the Gravanza when we went to Long Street.
Oh fuck. Yeah, we went to Long Street in the car. This is a rental car.
We're missing all the good, well, we said good parts, but the spicy ones.
Yeah, and this car guy's like, hey man, what does he want? Some bread and a cigarette.
Bread, and we're like, we don't have cash. And then he like got angry with us, and we're like,
what do you want, man? And then we go to this vape shop because Kian needed a new vape.
Yeah.
We come out and there's this big fucking dent in the boot. We're like, oh my god.
In a rental
car. And like, we didn't take the super cover, whatever. So we're like, fuck. So me and Yak are like, have you seen that video on YouTube where they take the hot water and the toilet plunger? And we're like, we're gonna fucking try this shit, dude. So we fucking took the hot. This is on the morning. On the way back to the airport, we're like, fuck, we've got to deal with this dent before we hand this car in. Get the fucking plunger out of the flat, some fucking hot water. Dent comes out, we're like, hey, it worked.
Beautiful.
Thank you, YouTube.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Lifehack channel.
Thank you.
It fucking worked like a charm. We handed that car in and it was in pristine condition. Yeah. So, yeah. That
still a Gravanza.
It's still a Gravanza.
There's nothing pristine about it. Gravanza. Very slow. Spacious though.
Yeah, I mean, we fit our whole get up in that whole fucking.
But other than that, Would not recommend.
No. So yeah, that was our first ever Cape Town tour. It took us 4 days, and all of that happened in 4 days, and it was fucking wild. So yeah, touring is fun. If you're in a band, make sure you go out of town. It takes you out of your comfort zone, and it really makes you make a plan a lot of the time, and it's a lot of fucking fun. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest.
yeah, you might die. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You might fucking
From
die
a
on
burger and
tour.
a craft beer.
Yeah.
Can do it to you. So we are on our last category for this show, and that is the indie tip of the week. And it's going to be get yourself a website or get it made by someone or make it yourself if you can do it. And yeah, it's a very useful tool for people to find you,
Yeah.
give information, share your music, and it also looks very professional. Like if you're trying to get shows and festivals, you send them a website and they're gonna be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, these guys are legit.
Yeah, they're serious, and it looks good and works.
Yeah, and you can advertise your shows. You can have galleries. I mean, we sell merch on ours and
Tickets as well.
tickets. We sell tickets on ours. We've got all of our music streamable on our website. Bios,
Music videos.
yeah, music videos. We've got. It's a great tool, and just as a note on it, like if you're in South Africa, please don't get like, say your name is Revolution. Don't get revolution.co.za. Get revolution.com if you can, or revolutionband.com, but get a .com domain or an international domain. Don't get a .co.za or .africa, because if you're aiming for international fame, that is, like if you're trying to make your band as big as possible, then do it. If you're like a super local band and you never want to take this out of the country, for sure you can get .co.za. But just in terms of looking really professional, we are indiedogband.com. It just looks really good. We've done a lot of like radio promo overseas and stuff. And having a .com domain like definitely drives traffic in on it, because it's not some weird ending, it's a familiar thing to them. So they definitely go to the website. I've seen lots of traffic on our stats from like the US, Europe, even fucking China, like all of these places, like they go to your website because it is an international domain. So yeah, there's another tip for you.
Yeah, use it.
Or don't. Cool. Thanks so much for listening to episode 2 of the Dog Treats podcast. We are having a lot of fun chatting to you guys about stuff. If you want to hear specific things from us, or you want us to talk about specific subjects, or want to hear what we think about different things, or if we've got any advice or anything, send us a mail at dogtreatspodcast@indiedogband.com.
Get involved.
Get involved.
Get involved.
Send us your tour stories, send us your gigs, send us your festival stories if you're not in a band, just shit you've done at festivals or
are in a band.
Whatever, just we like wild stories, so we want to see how wild you guys can be. So,
Let's see.
Let's see what you got. And we really appreciate the support that you guys have given to us on the very first episode. We've got a whole bunch of streams on it on the various platforms. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in episode 3.
Yeah. Dogs out. Dogs out.